We are so excited. We have decided to put together a golf tournament.
Yes.
And this golf tournament, every single piece of the profit is going to go for scholarships to trade schools.
Yes.
And we're working with Colin, Tarrant, some state schools,
Yes.
all trade schools.
Yep.
And we're really excited about it because
Girls and boys. Yep.
Like just anybody who is, we're really trying to push trade schools. We are short 375,000 jobs in the state of Texas in residential only.
Yes.
That's how many jobs are out there in residential.
Right.
And our electricians are retiring, our plumbers are retiring, and those are apprenticeship positions. And so we really need to we're short trades.
Yeah.
And so to encourage that, we are doing a fundraiser, basically a fundraising golf tournament. And we are going to, it's going to be November 10th.
November 10th at River Chase Golf Course.
From 10 to 6.
Yes, from 10 to 6. So River Chase is kind of central in DFW. So hopefully it's easy for everyone to get to. So we're going to have builders, vendors. We're going to do
commercial. We have residential.
Yes. We are doing like all the things the golf tournaments do, like prizes, mulligans.
We have dinner, lunch,
longest from the tee.
Yes.
All the things.
And you can find all the information on BuildHERSClub.com.
Yes.
And go to our event page.
Yes.
If you have any questions, you can email hello@monarchmediahub.com. We're looking for players, and we're really excited about it. It's for charity, y'all. Like, it is one of the biggest needs that we have in our industry
for sure.
Is in advancing trades.
Yes. And this is a dream for me. So I am so fired up. I have always wanted to host a golf tournament, and what a better way to do that than for every single penny to go towards students for scholarships and trades.
Welcome to the BuildHERS Club Podcast. We're here to bring you real conversations and fresh insights from a woman's perspective in the construction industry.
Each episode will sit down with incredible guests, female builders, designers, business owners, and industry leaders to talk about the challenges, successes, and experiences that shape our careers.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out or simply curious about the industry, this is your space to learn, be inspired, and connect with a community of strong, trailblazing women.
Welcome back to the BuildHERS Club, where women in construction come together to share, learn, and empower each other. My name's Teresa.
And I'm Zanika. Today, we have Jessie Steele, Senior Project Manager of the Projects Group and President of NAWIC Fort Worth's chapter, past president. We cannot wait to talk with her about her journey in construction and how she gives back to the community.
It's the Thanksgiving season. Therefore, the cute little Thanksgiving sweater I got just for this one.
You're so cute.
I know, right? Because
I'm so
folly.
You are folly. And I've had this sweatshirt for 18 years.
Doesn't matter, Zan. That's our personalities.
I know.
It is the season of the turkey, bad dad jokes at the dinner table. But most of all, the time of year to reflect on what it means to give back. So before we jump in, let's talk a little bit and catch up about our weeks.
Whew. This week has been a doozy. I've had some night stuff going on. We had a couple weeks ago, we had
our Booze and Booze.
Yes. Let's talk about it. It was so much fun.
Okay, so the Dallas Builders Association, Professional Women in Building Council, every year puts on a booze, BOOS and BOZZE. It's kind of cute. Little happy hour. And so we dress up the whole DBA in Halloween. We have a photo booth. And the purpose of it is to raise money for scholarships for Calling College. So it goes all into our Calling College fund. So we give auction of purses that have been donated to us. Kendra Scott comes in and she gives 20% of everything that's bought. And it's just a lot of fun. We have mixologists and it's just a great time. And we had a great group of women there and had so much fun. We made witch hats.
Yeah,
which I never thought that would be fun.
Yeah, it was
I actually had a really good time doing that.
It was a lot of fun.
Mine didn't look as pretty as others, but...
Just a little tip when you're in the photo booth and
I'm going to see if we can edit that in here.
So when you're in the photo booth, there's an option for a single photo and then a boomerang, right? Like, I don't know if you...
In true millennial style.
Yes,
absolutely.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so when you're in a dress that's not on the floor and it's bouncy and, you know...
No, she was bouncy.
Okay.
So we did a boomerang and we were all like trying to be silly, right?
Yeah, and we had...
Jump up and down.
Well, we had broomsticks. So we like, some of us are like riding the broomsticks like Teresa, and then other people are like jumping up and down like me. And literally my dress flies up.
Oh,
the scariest moment, panties and all. And the guy who set it up was like, I mean, his jaw was on the ground.
And she's like, delete it. I'm like, and put my phone number in really fast.
And then it shows me literally going, and then my witch hat comes back. And then the girl in the middle's like, she's like, and it catches all of that.
They're using that for their marketing from now on.
That's a very scary show. Very scary show.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious, but
we could
note
put
to
like
self.
a big like bow around it so nobody can see it. Like,
Yeah.
Thank
Or
goodness.
a jack-o'-lantern.
Yes.
Right.
Thank goodness I wore panties and I didn't go commando because that would have been extra scary.
I would have been scared on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress. 3 squirrels later.
No. But it was a really fun thing.
It was a fun event. We had a great turnout. And the most important thing is we made, I'm not sure the dollar amount, but
We made some money for college.
and
so.
that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about our guest?
all right. Let's get to it. First of all, thank you so very much for making the drive out here. I know you're...
Where do you live?
Weatherford.
Oh, dear Lord. You came here from Weatherford?
Yes. Yeah. So it was...
We should
Quite
have
the trek.
let her eat and bought her lunch.
I know,
Good
right?
grief.
Well, if you'd let people have a lunch,
I won't let anybody eat on here.
people eat.
I don't. Smacking in the mountain can't do it.
I didn't smack when I ate my bar.
I don't even know that it's smacking, but just
Yeah,
food
seeing food
noises.
near, yeah.
Yeah, I know some people are like really.
That
weird
could
about
be ASMR,
And then
though.
watching
you
it.
could get more viewers because of it.
Good.
that. I
I
like.
could make a show about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, thank you for making the drive from El Paso because I'm sure it felt like you were all the way over there. Jessica Steele is a senior project manager with the Projects Group in Fort Worth, Texas, where she leads complex construction projects ranging from community centers and performing arts venues to high-end residences and mixed-use developments. With over a decade of experience, she's known for her thoughtful, people-first approach, creating inclusive, relationship-driven teams that turn big ideas into meaningful spaces. Jessica also serves as immediate past president of the NAWIC Fort Worth chapter and is active in Crew Fort Worth, where she's passionate about mentorship, professional growth, and empowering more women to thrive in the construction industry. Yay. I wanted to clap after that.
Right. I always
Yes.
want to clap. And I guess we should probably talk a little about the theme today, too, because we're talking about gratitude and service, mentorship and resilience. And so when we were thinking of a guest to come on, you kind of exhibit all of those. And so we're really, really excited to have you here and be a part of this. So how did you get started in construction? Like, that's always everybody's first question.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It kind of fell into my lap, which was interesting. I, like any good eldest daughter, was saving up money to go to nursing school and got my first job working for a residential custom home builder and really kind of just fell in love with the whole process. I got to learn everything. That's where I met Zanika at. And then I transitioned into commercial construction, and that's really when I made the decision that construction was my career path. I always thought that I was set to be in a helping profession and couldn't marry the idea that construction was a helping profession truly. And 6 years ago, when I started at my firm, I saw what we were doing in the communities, saw the impact that we were making and the impact that I could make personally, and really decided that was my helping profession.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, and you're helping people build dreams, right?
Yeah.
It's a different kind of help versus health. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is where they're going to bring home their babies. They're going to raise their children. Like it's a dream.
Yeah. And we do a lot of work in the cultural arts space. So performing arts centers, museums, I think we're building communities at that point. And
Awesome.
so really getting to help revitalize a lot of spaces that had no life beforehand. So,
which is even cooler.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's just another aspect that people don't think about.
Right.
Right. When they think of you're in construction, I mean, it depends if it's commercial, residential. Residential, you're building homes. You don't think of all the aspects and other things that are going in with it.
right.
yeah. And I would even argue that the typical commercial, so office spaces, you know, there's so much now that's being studied. We spend so much of our time at work. And so there's a lot of wellness that's going into it and things like that. So it truly does become helping across the board, no matter what we're doing. If we're doing luxury residences, if we're doing standard office buildings, even if we're going into the cultural arts space. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
How exciting and fun.
I love it.
Let you go next.
Huh? See, this is why you're not nervous.
Well, I appreciate you guys lightening the mood.
Oh, we'll lighten the
when
mood,
she
sister.
says something like where flubs over a word, she just turns and she gives me that look like it's my fault.
That's
do.
your editing. That's your editing cue, though.
It makes
when
me
I
feel
turn and look
better.
at you.
I'm like, why are you looking at me? You're
I
making me
know.
laugh.
You're like, this isn't my fault, bro. Like, back it up. Okay, so what does service mean to you professionally and personally?
Service to me, both personally and professionally, is really looking at each project that we take on with that service mindset. So thinking of it as not, I'm just going to build a building, but thinking about how it truly impacts the communities that we're building in and the people that will be in that building and how it will shape them. And so it's really easy to go into a project with a service mindset when we're truly thinking about giving back to the communities that way.
What's one of the coolest buildings you've built? Like one of the things that you just like blew your mind.
How long have you been there?
I've been there for 6 years.
Okay.
So, gosh, we've done some really, really neat ones. A project that's still currently under construction is the Woodruff Arts Center, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. And
so you guys are national.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So our headquarters is here in Fort Worth, but we have a Dallas office. We have a New York office, and we're a very small company, so we're able to be pretty nimble and travel wherever we need to run those projects for the groups that we work with. But Woodruff Arts Center, we actually partnered with a local third-party PM service, and she's wonderful. But it is a children's theater, and so when we did their groundbreaking, because it was a renovation, they got all of the children's theater program involved in it, and they did like a Rube Gold machine where it all the balls come down and it eventually had like a big sledgehammer that went into like a fake CMU wall that knocked down, and all the kids got up and came through with inflatable big sledgehammers and pretended to break down.
I love that.
It was wonderful. But that space is really neat. There's a lot of history there. And again, they're still currently under construction, but that's going to be a really, really cool space.
Okay, so tell us what the project group does, because that way we kind of have an idea as well.
Yeah, so the projects group is an owner's representative firm, which I had never heard of before even being hired on. I joke all the time that we're the Chandler Bing of construction. Like everybody, knows we work in construction, but nobody truly knows what it is that we do.
That's awesome. I love that.
So we're basically construction consultants. So we get hired by an owner who either does not have the time or the knowledge to run their own projects. And we step in and act as that expert in the field and hire out the AEC teams, work to coordinate them, and then run the construction project, basically oversee all of construction through warranty. And we even have some clients that we've stayed on and help oversee their facilities maintenance and things like that. Just really trying to be a good partner to them and, again, be nimble and flexible and fill in whatever they need us to do.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know that
That's so cool. I didn't even know that was like a liaison, that they had something like that.
Yeah.
Like that's...
Me either, until 6 years ago.
And you do mostly commercial then?
Mostly commercial. We have done some high net worth individuals' homes that probably operate more like a commercial project than residential. But yeah, mostly commercial. We got our name basically building, we did Bass Hall, we did Sundance Square. So lots of Fort Worth projects. And then we've branched out
Bass
from
Hall.
them.
That is one of the most gorgeous buildings.
Yeah.
That's
it's
really neat.
It's our shining star for sure.
Heck yeah. That's incredible. So you were hired then by the city or Bass family?
By the family.
By the family. Okay.
So we actually, our company evolved. The previous owner of our company worked for the family internally, and she ran all of their projects for them. And then she decided to branch out on her own so that she could take on other clients while we still kept a close connection.
Is this a woman-owned business?
It was at the time. Actually, 10 years ago, we're celebrating. This month is Employee Ownership Month. I don't know if you guys have heard of employee-owned firms.
Oh, yes.
So, yes. So we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary as an employee-owned company. So she sold the company back to the employees 10 years ago and decided to retire. But we are 50% women in our firm. So we are technically a woman-owned business,
right?
As well as minority-owned. So that's
awesome.
Pretty awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah. Being an employee-owned company is just something so special that I didn't know that I wanted to be a part of until I was a part of it.
It is
because then you're
special.
actually building the company as well, and you're invested emotionally, financially, every aspect of it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. It's really awesome. We really, really enjoy it and working to build that ownership culture, which I feel like you don't get in a standard firm.
You have a level of pride that is goes beyond what you would normally have.
Very much so.
Yeah. Can you share an example of a woman or group of women in your circle who embodies the spirit of service or generosity?
Yeah, absolutely. This is such an easy question for me to answer. I really appreciate the women that have been in my life. The first thing that comes to my mind is NAWIC, which is the National Association of Women in Construction. Again, had no idea that this organization even existed. And I was introduced to the Fort Worth chapter, and immediately these women welcomed me with open arms, put me in positions to get connected with people, are always looking out, obviously professionally, but they know my kids. My kids know them. They're checking in if somebody's sick. They're constantly making sure we're doing okay. And it is just those little moments to me of somebody showing up consistently that it's so uplifting and really making me feel connected and supported as a woman in construction.
That's awesome. Well, so when we connected after all these years, yes, and you were telling me about NAWIC, and I was like, well, I need to be a part of that. And of course, I want to be a part of every woman in construction.
So what does your group do? What does NAWIC do?
Yeah, so NAWIC as a whole on a national level is about empowering and educating women to enter the construction industry or to go further in the construction industry as a support system.
Is it commercial and residential?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, commercial and residential. Any position, it doesn't, I know a lot of women's groups tend to be business development or things like that. We've got people that are literally walking off the job site, coming into our meetings. We've got accounting folks. We've got anybody and everybody you could think of in our chapter, which is wonderful. And
they focus on education though, right?
It's a lot of education. So they offer,
I love.
Yeah, they offer several certificate programs that are actually
we
done.
Joined, but we have not.
We did join.
Yes.
We have not participated in a meeting
so
yet.
We need to figure out how to involve ourselves.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot that we could do. We've already talked about like partnering on some things at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, not details yet, but go ahead.
Yeah, we sent the flyer out for the golf tournament, and
they did.
Yeah, but it's a good group. Our Fort Worth chapter is focused a lot right now on the younger generation and how do we educate the younger generation to move up into the industry.
That's awesome.
So Everman ISD, which is just south of Fort Worth, has a electrical apprentice program through their high school, which is wonderful.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And they came and talked to our group one day, and they reached out to us because they have so many girls that are interested in the program in their freshman and sophomore years of high school, and they're really good at it and they're doing great work, but they leave the program going into their junior year because they're starting to think about what life looks like after high school, and they don't see women in the electrical field. And so they don't think it's an opportunity for them. So why would they waste time on it in high school anymore? Yeah, it was interesting, but that's not what I'm going to do. Okay. So I need to focus on something else. So they reached out to us, and we've been trying to partner with them, and just different scenarios like that really have sparked something within the Fort Worth chapter of, we need to be doing better. We need to be getting into the schools and showing young girls that we're out there.
Right.
We might be a minority in the industry right now, but that's growing, and we're out there, and we can hold literally any position on a job site, in an office, that we want to.
Well,
Absolutely.
and what's really going to help that is Trump just did $500 million to Harvard for trade school. And so when these kids start seeing trade school at Harvard as being an option, I think it's going to make it cool.
Yeah.
Where, okay, so men and women can actually get into this. It isn't just engineering aspect that makes the money. Because I don't think kids understand that there is a lot of money to be made in trades, especially if you own your own trade.
Yeah.
And that is, and in electrical, I believe we have a female master electrician who owns her own business, and we're going to get her on here.
Oh,
and
wow.
it will be great for those kids to see that, and will be something we'll definitely, share when we do it. Really working on a master plumber. So if anybody who is a woman out there, if you're a master plumber, we want you on this show too, because a lot of girls, again, don't see themselves in that field.
Yep.
But I think it's really exciting that you guys are taking... So are you educating these high school students? Is that kind of what you're doing?
Yeah, we've worked with them. We have several programs within NAWIC in general. One of them is called Block Kids, and it's at the elementary age level, where they're doing a competition almost of they get so many blocks and a piece of foil, a piece of rope, a rock, things like that. And they have an hour, and they have to build something construction related. And then they have to tell a story about it. So they can't just build it. They have to talk about what it is, why it's construction related, what it does. And so that's grown every year. There were some years where there were only 1 or 2 kids that showed up to our, competition. Last year we had quite a few. We partnered with Girls Inc. of Tarrant County, and they had several girls come in from their program. And it's for boys and girls. It's not just girls. But it's hitting them at that elementary age level of, this is something you can do. And the way that their brains work is amazing. So that's a program that's run by NAWIC. We also have design drafting, which is at the high school and college level. There's a question that comes out every year. One year it was, you have to build an Olympic training facility. So they give them parameters. That's partnered with Procore so that they have the ability to get into Procore. They learn how to draft. They actually have to submit floor plans. They have to submit MEP plans, and we have mentors that will work with those students. And then that's at the chapter level that goes on to the regional level and then on to the national level.
And that's through high schools.
Yeah.
Because we're doing it in college with the NHAB, with Allen County now.
Yeah.
Those girls are doing a competition. We have to build a whole development.
Oh, wow.
And so we're working with them. Doing that on a national level at the International Builder Show.
Oh, that's
so they'll go
cool.
and compete against every school out there.
That's really
there's very few community colleges that will do this.
Yeah.
And this year it's an all girls. I think it's the second time an all girls ever.
That's really cool.
Ever competed. So we're really excited about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So how do we get involved?
So sign up, come to meetings. You don't have to be a member to be able to go to meetings.
Days meetings are?
So Fort Worth meets the third Thursday of every month. Right now we've just moved to the Diamond Oaks Golf Club for this year. At 5:30. I know it's at 5:30 the third Thursday of every month. I believe the Dallas NAWIC chapter meets the third Tuesday. I would have to confirm with that. The third Tuesday of every month. And I think their location is kind of a rolling location because they're trying to hit all the parts of Dallas
Right.
because it's so large. So they want to make sure it's accessible for everybody.
And is this on the website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is on the website. We can get you signed up on our newsletter that goes out on a monthly base. We just revamped it. The new president took a huge initiative in revamping that with the new marketing committee chair. So it looks awesome.
I run a small business called KJ Custom Screens and Outdoor Living, and social media has been a really big play into how I run my business. And about 10 years ago, social media was really starting to become big, and people were turning to that for a lot of their information. And I had started doing some social media, didn't know a whole lot about it, kind of educated myself a little bit. Didn't really like what I was doing, so I hired another company. Didn't really like what they were doing. I didn't see any benefit from it. So I said, well, screw that. If I can learn construction, I can learn how to do social media.
Yeah.
So I started teaching myself how to do it and what the algorithm was and what the best platforms were to do it, and kind of changed the trajectory of where our social media was going, and it really increased. And so when my daughter-in-law graduated college from Texas A&M Corpus Christi in social media in media studies, we decided to start a business. We called it Monarch Media Hub. It is a woman-owned business, and we specifically work with small businesses. We're not a big company. We're not looking to grow in that area. There isn't somebody out there that we could find that would really do what we wanted in the price range that we wanted. So we created it ourselves because that's what women do. So we work with small builders. We work with big builders. We work with trades, kind of predominantly in the construction program. We do some self-promotion accounts as well. So if you're looking to grow your social media business, please give us a call, Monarch Media Hub. You can contact us at hello@monarchmediahub.com. I know Zanica's looking to bring her company over to see what we're doing and kind of join us in growing her social media presence with her company.
Yes. And if you guys have not seen the things they post, you have got to go check them out. I mean, they're high and tight. Like
we are the producers for BuildHERS Club.
Yeah.
So all of the promotions, everything you've seen, that has come from us. So give us a shout again, hello@monarchmediahub.com, and we will get you started.
What was it like being president of NAWIC? Like what, in all that you do? Like what was it like? Like walk us through.
It was surreal. So I've always been I was the bossy child. So I was, born
You're the oldest, right?
Yeah, oldest. Yeah. I was always told I was bossy. So, natural born leader. So
call that leadership skills.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Leadership skills. And so it was awesome. It opened a lot of doors for me. Got my name out there, got my company's name out there, but more importantly, like getting to lead initiatives was really, really cool. It went by so fast. I tell people that all the time. Like, I almost wish we do a 2-year term, because 6 months into your term, you're like finally getting your feet underneath you. You're finally making progress, getting movement on things. And then you're like, oh, I'm almost done. Like, I don't have enough time to do these things that I wanted to do. But I will say we have a president-elect position, so working closely with her to make sure that any initiatives that we were working on, continue on through. And then serving as the immediate past president now, I still get to help with a lot of those things. So
nice.
Yeah, it was surreal. Again, another moment of imposter syndrome. Like, why am I up here talking to these women? Yes. So it was really great.
How big is the Fort Worth chapter? How many?
We sit right around 60 people. So every now and then it can go one way or another. The Fort Worth chapter was actually the first chapter that was ever created like 70 plus years ago now.
Oh, wow.
So we are chapter number 1.
Oh, that's cool.
How awesome
yeah.
is that?
So that's really special to us. So we are not the largest chapter. There are definitely bigger ones out there, but it holds a special place in our heart that we get to be
Do you guys do conferences?
We do, yeah. So there's regional level conferences where we'll all get together from, I think we're Texas, Oklahoma, South Tennessee, Louisiana. I think that's it in our group. Arkansas. So we'll do regional level conferences, and they do a national conference, which the past national conference was in August in Boston this year. So
cool.
I think it's in Reno, Nevada next year. So yeah,
nice.
It's a lot of fun.
I feel like the stars aligned when we connected because, well, I would see you on social media and I'm like, okay, NAWIC, she's into NAWIC and she's doing this and this and that. And then I hadn't talked to you. So I was like, let me just reach out. And it happened to be right around the time that, we were, in the thick of the mentorship program and PWB and like all the things that we were doing. So it was like, how do we connect and like, partner together on some things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful.
We're really grateful
that we reconnected.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I
It
feel
excites me that you're actually in a high school because that was like, connecting to the high schools has been a really difficult thing because parents don't even want their kids to consider trades. And so it's not, we can't even get them with the districts to go in and have, when they do career days, trades, they don't want us in there, so that is really exciting that you're able to, you have a connection there. So we'll definitely have to, talk about that and figure out how we can
partner.
Partner.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our youngest generation.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
gotta bring it up.
Yeah. And I thought it was really interesting. I was listening. I think I told you guys I was re-listening to your first episode and talking about the shortage of 40% retiring trades and only 2% coming back in. And I was like, that is
scary.
Outstanding numbers. That's wild.
Oh yeah.
But if you guys ever want to make the trek out to Weatherford, Weatherford has a great CTE program in their high school too. So it's something that I've been trying to get connected with them also. It's really, really growing. They're getting a lot of recognition for their program, but they do have a construction and architecture program going through their CTE too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons, they gave the money to Harvard to encourage that is the fact that the military needs electricians. They need welders. They are losing them as well. Nobody's coming up wanting to do that.
Yeah.
And we have to have those to run a military.
Right.
So they're really seeing the need. I'm just glad on a national level now that it's finally being recognized that we are so trade deficient.
Yes.
And so they're really encouraging men and women to, go into these. And so it starts in elementary,
Yep.
And Courtney, she writes books for kids in elementary to get them in there, so that they can see. So I love the fact that, you're working with some high schools and really getting them in there. Yeah.
It's one of the things I think is such a huge misconception. And even with myself until I really got in the industry and started to see what it was, is that trade labor is unskilled and, uneducated or anything of those natures. And it's amazing to me the difference in how not true that is and the skills that it takes to perform a lot of these trades.
Yes.
And, people are so unwilling.
The schooling.
Yeah, the schooling. Exactly.
Electrical and plumbing.
Yeah. And to say that, there's an issue with somebody sending their kids to trade schools, but those are the first people you're going to call when your air conditioner doesn't work.
Or your toilet is plugged.
Yeah. So,
so true.
We are so dependent on them. And it's just that's a really frustrating piece to me.
It is.
Yeah,
I
agree.
There's a lot of certifications. I think it takes almost 15 years to become a master electrician because you've got to go become a journeyman first. You get your basic certificate, work 5 years, and you're up to journeyman, and then from a journeyman to a master. I mean, it takes a lot of time and education as you're going through testing.
Yeah.
Further, to be able to become a master
while you're working.
Yeah, exactly.
While you're working all at the same time.
But you're pretty much debt free because you're getting all these certifications while you're working. That's the great part about it is you're not going and spending $100,000 on an education.
Yeah.
You spend at a community college.
Use,
right. On your certificate. And then you have to work because it's an apprenticeship. So it's, we're
a little passionate about it over here.
I completely agree.
Sorry. Same thing with plumbing. Like it's the same thing. Like I'm so passionate about this. I really want kids, parents.
Yeah.
First.
Because it isn't even the kids as much as it's the parents to understand how important and how much money you can make out there in these trades if you're a go-getter.
Yeah. And I see a difference not to get off on a side tangent, I see a difference in the way that our generation is parenting their children versus past generations, where our identities are not wrapped up in the success of our children.
Yes.
Not saying that they won't be successful, but I think you see more parents just wanting their children to do what they love and be happy and secure in their own self. And so I hope that will spark creativity and people can see how construction can be a creative space.
Yes. It isn't the white picket fence dream anymore, right? You have to go to college, then you get married, then you have your 2 kids. That's not the thing anymore.
No.
Yeah.
So I definitely see the exact same thing that you're seeing as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's concrete confession is as much a story as much as a question, and I love it.
I thought you weren't supposed to know what it is.
Well, I looked at it right now. It's one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of giving you the background on it. I think this is something that every woman struggles with. So I can't wait for us to talk about it.
Okay.
Just been away on a holiday for a week. Thought about work every day. Does anyone else do this? And any suggestions how I can stop this in the future?
Do I start?
Oh,
Sure.
there's so much
Weigh
to
in.
say about this one because I have a big G right here on my face for guilty
Oh,
because I do it all the time.
Yeah.
It is the hardest
It's
thing.
so hard not to. Do you not?
I am trying to be better.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it's one thing we've talked about. I carry 2 phones. I did the single phone thing for a long time, but I have found that if I have 2 phones, I can go put the other phone
right
in the other room. I think it's hard because we care so much
We do.
About our jobs, about our projects. I have started taking cruises as vacations and not buying the internet package. So I literally have to disconnect. There is no thing. I can still think about work, but I can't do anything about it. So it kind of forces my mind to be at ease.
Look
I
at
find it
you.
takes me like 2 to 3 days just to detox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can be on vacation.
Yeah.
But if something or I see something or something comes through, man, I'm right back in that mode. And that is really frustrating to me because I have a really hard time disconnecting from work.
Yeah.
Me too.
Really hard time.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I am
So guilty.
I think it happened when my youngest daughter was born. I was so young when my son was born. I was still in that very much grind mentality of having to prove myself, and was at a job that if I did not work 50 plus hours, I wasn't doing enough. And so when she was born, I realized how much I had truly missed out with him, and I didn't want to do that with her. And so I am not perfect, but I try to be very intentional about when I am on family time. I am in mom mode. I am in wife mode. I am trying to disconnect from the work self that I am.
Yes.
But I think a lot of it is having supportive teammates too. My company, absolutely, they will not bother me on vacation. Like they
That's
know
good.
how important that is. When I interviewed with my current firm, I told them how important work-life balance was to me. And I was willing to work less or make less to have a good work-life balance because I just didn't have it previously and I needed it. And it is something they still 6 years later will check in with me on. How's everything going? Are you overloaded? Like, do we need to rearrange some things, And I just appreciate that so much that they are that supportive of making sure that I have a good work-life balance.
It's important.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the owner.
That doesn't help.
Ever get a disconnect in that way? And trust me, I have the most amazing crew backing me up. I have a great office manager. I have a great operations manager, my teams, but it's just taking that disconnect. I mean, even in Costa Rica, I'm sitting there going through my emails. you know?
Really?
Yeah. When I had service, first thing I would do. is
See,
immediately
that's
go to
why
that.
you go and
Yeah.
you don't have a service.
Well,
Or-
stuff happened and I had to
Or-
take care of it.
Here's what I say. You have your office manager change your Outlook password and not give it back to you until you get back from your vacation.
Look at
Oh my God.
That was-
I don't know. Heart palpitation.
She's like twitching. Like, oh my gosh.
I mean, it could work.
Your eyes.
Yeah, I think
when she
I would
said
have
that.
to be so on purpose.
Yeah.
I think that's
Or
what
we'd
it
have
is.
to like give you like a horse tranquilizer or something.
That is her vacation.
Yes.
She's just asleep for a week straight.
Oh my gosh, that might not be
you.
bad.
It is, but it's very, you have to be intentional
Yes.
about it. I think that would be my
And I
biggest
don't have young
takeaway.
kids where they're constantly. My youngest is 15.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only one in the house now, so it's not like I have young kids that keep me. I mean, she's a teenager. Half the morning she's in her doing her thing, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
what do? I'm like, okay, well, she's sleeping in. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what they
Yeah.
do. I'll do a little bit of work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's your mind never takes a break, and it's really dangerous for your brain. Otherwise, you will get overloaded. Right, Zan?
Yeah.
You haven't said much on this yet, so
I know, because all I can think about is like how to do that.
yeah, I know.
I mean,
how to shut your brain off.
because I'm awful at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am working in a company in an environment where they, of course, like
Yeah.
you need to take your time, and they are good about boundaries in terms of like calls and emails at night, which it's always helpful when you don't have your whole company kind of like operating at those
Right.
hours.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
you're like, okay, I don't have to operate at those
Right.
hours.
Mhm.
And if I do, I set the little time send button for like 7 instead of like typing off emails at 4 a.m.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like you said, you care so much.
Mhm.
And I don't know about y'all, but like in this business, it's such a relationship business. And a lot of I don't even want to call them customers, because they're truly like my people and my friends, that like I feel like I'm letting them down if I like don't respond within a certain time, and I actually like want to respond fast.
Right.
Like, because you care.
Right.
So it's just, it's really difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. So you have some health stuff
Mhm.
that you navigate life through and work through. Do you want to talk through some of that?
Yeah. So I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, which is a issue with your thyroid. It's an autoimmune disorder that affects your thyroid, which affects so much.
Yeah, your thyroid is like the brain of everything. Your health.
Yes. So it's difficult. Like I don't want to make it seem like it's easy. There are days where I feel like I can't put a sentence together. I can't, 2 + 2 = 12. I'm not sure. The brain fog is so thick, and just not being able to get your body to work, and the exhaustion is really takes a toll. But we get up and do it because that's what we do, right? And so it's learning that rest, it can be productive as well. I want to give my all in everything that I do, but sometimes that means realizing that I have to step back a little bit to be able to give my all.
So do you have a hypo or hyperthyroid?
It's hypo is Hashimoto's, and it basically your body is overproducing antibodies that attack your thyroid, and so it just makes it to where it doesn't work. So I have to take medication for that, which has been a journey in itself of trying to make sure your medication is leveled where it needs to be.
Your thyroid affects your weight, your hair, your skin,
Your brain.
your brain. Like it affects every aspect. Is technically your thyroid dead at this point?
It's not. Yeah, probably.
It pretty
so,
much
yeah,
eventually dies, right? And that's
Yeah.
what the medication tries to
prolong.
right.
Yeah. So
oh my gosh.
I had not heard of. I'd heard of it, but I didn't know anybody except for you and like 2 other people. But I've heard now that it's like not super common, but kind of.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
nobody talks about it. Is my point.
right.
It's not a common autoimmune that a lot of people know about.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I know is because Angela has it, my best friend.
Okay,
She's
so now that's
Hashimoto's.
4 people, but that's what I'm saying. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah, and it's such a hard line to walk because you're like, am I tired because I have 2 kids and I'm in
Right.
school full time and I work full time and I'm doing all of these things, or am
Right.
I tired And it's okay because, my body needs the rest. And so it's just that hard line to walk of like not feeling guilty when you need to take the time and really sit down, and then being in a meeting with high level executives and your brain can't form words and you're trying to figure it out. It can be extremely, extremely frustrating in that scenario. But
I feel like that in perimenopause.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah. Well, and then, that's coming up not too far away. And so
you're going to feel the same.
Right. Exactly.
It's not going to change much, just so you know.
But it was interesting. So when I got pregnant with my daughter, and I don't know how deep we want to go into this, but
as deep as you want to go.
I've had 2 miscarriages, and I had one right before I got pregnant with my daughter, and then we waited a little while, and then we got pregnant with her. And during the blood work process, my OBGYN was like, "Hey, your thyroid levels are a little elevated. We kind of want you to go see an endocrinologist." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I went to see an endocrinologist, and I was seeing her basically like every 4 weeks just to make sure, because at that point I was considered high risk. And so it was, what was it? It was hypothyroidism during pregnancy is what it was called. So then after she was born, they had already given me directions on what to do with my medication, because it's different when the baby's taking all of your, nutrients and things of that nature. And so she had already explained to me what to do after she was born. So I did that, and I felt awful. I couldn't pick my head up. I was so dizzy all the time. It was just really terrible. So what had happened is I went from hypothyroidism to hyperthyroidism right after she was born. And it just crazy high spiked. And I think at the time my TSH levels were like a 0.2 at that point when I had gone in, which is awful.
Explain what the TSA levels just for...
I don't know what it stands for. I probably should. But it's basically how your thyroid is functioning. Right. So a typical TSH number, and I'm not a medical professional, but according to Quest Diagnostics, a typical TSH number is 0.4 to 4 is how they measure it. So I was very low in TSH, which meant I was hyperthyroid. So my endocrinologist at the time said, "Why don't we just take you off the medicine? Let's see where you level out at after having a baby."
And you just had a baby, so you have all the other crashing going on, right? Okay.
So she took me off the medicine for 6 weeks. I came back in, and my TSH was at a 75. Mind you,
it's crazy.
Normal is 0.4 to 4. So she goes, "Well, you need medicine," and put me back on it. And I was seeing her regularly every 3 to 6 months. And then finally one day she said, "Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and diagnose you with Hashimoto's. I have nodules on my thyroid that we will have to watch to see if they ever turn into thyroid cancer." Just health issues now that you have to pay attention to on top of everything else. So, but love my endocrinologist. She's wonderful. Very thankful that we were able to catch it. But all that to be said, there is now a small piece of me that thinks maybe my miscarriages were due to thyroid issues that had not been discovered at the time. So thankful that I did have the 2 healthy pregnancies that I did, but it's frustrating to know that could have been, helped.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
which is maybe,
but then you would have 4.
No, I just wouldn't have my 2 children here. I would have had 2 other children.
But it is something to be said about going in and getting checked and being proactive.
Absolutely.
And,
Well, sometimes though, when they test your thyroid, your regular doctor, they don't do all the detailed testing that an endocrinologist will do.
That's true.
So sometimes you have to go, okay, I know something's wrong, and go see a specialist.
Yeah.
Because they only test 1 page, where an actual endocrinologist is 5 to 6 pages, and they test everything so they can see it. So
Yeah, I would even say recently I was even going back to her. Sometimes I feel like she's my therapist because I go back and meet with her and I'm like, I just don't feel good and I don't know why.
Right.
And so she tested different vitamin levels in my blood and realized that like I was non-existent in vitamin B and vitamin D.
Oh, word.
And
oh, wow.
it was like, she was like, no, we've got to get you on something. This is not good. Like you literally don't have any in your blood work. No vitamin B, no vitamin D showing up in your blood work. And so now
Those
I take
are
a
very
daily
important.
Yeah, so I take a daily supplement. But again, it was even with an endocrinologist had to go back and just say, I don't feel good.
Yeah. Right.
There's something off still.
Right.
What is it? And so that's been a huge, factor of getting those daily supplements now.
And your work has been great helping you with
Yeah, they're
understanding.
Yeah, they're amazing. I'm pretty open, so pretty much everybody, knows that I've got it, but I try not to use it as an excuse either. But anytime that I need the time off or anything like that, they've been really good.
Do that for perimenopause. I got perimenopause. So
That's
I can't
a
put
real,
two words together.
That's a
Please
real
don't hold
thing.
it against me.
That is such a real thing.
Oh, I'll be on a point and then think of another point and merge the 2 points together, which have nothing to do with each other. I'm just like all over the place all the time.
I know.
I wrote a paper, so I'm in school right now finishing my degree, and I wrote a paper last night and I went back and reread it and had done exactly that. I was like, there's literally one sentence talking about this topic and then I jumped to an entirely different topic down here, and it was really bad. I had to go back and fix that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's how our brain works. Though.
yeah.
On top of her full-time demanding job and having health stuff and having 2 kids, 2 sweet babies and a family, she is finishing her degree.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a masochist. That's the simple way to put it.
Oh, my word.
Well,
All right.
thank you so much for being here
Yeah.
and speaking to all of this. I'm super excited for future.
We're grateful that you were here today.
So grateful.
for your story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to say grateful because we are in the Thanksgiving season, but it was really nice hearing everything that, you're doing in your job, what your job does for other people, and how you guys are growing NAWIC and Fort Worth and with the future generation coming up. So that's awesome. I can't wait to actually get involved. We need to
I know.
get on that call.
I know. We've got some parallels and some alignment.
Yes, we need to
but
get on our schedule is what we need to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Live and die by my calendar.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause if you're not on the calendar, you don't get to see me.
Right. Exactly.
All right, you want to close this out with a quote?
Sure. I've got
One quote.
I've got too many. A grateful woman in leadership changes every room she walks into because she leads from appreciation, not ambition alone.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
I do like
Is that a good one?
It is
I've
a
got
good
a lot more.
No. I think that's a good one to end this with.
Okay.
I think it's perfect. Say it one more time.
Okay. A grateful woman in leadership changes every room she walks into because she leads from appreciation, not ambition alone.
I really like that. That's a great one to walk out with. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
listening.
Jessie.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you for having me.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. BuildHERS Club is a production by Monarch Media Hub.
Recorded and edited by MZStudios and executive produced by the amazing Abbigail Thompson.
Hosted by me, Teresa Williams.
And me, Zanika Scusa. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, message us on Instagram at BuildHERS Club.
Or email us at hello@monarchmediahub.com. That's HELLO@monarchmediahub.com.
And as always, when commenting, please use grace. We're here to build each other up.